va mixer des comptes.
Hi.
Bonjour. Enchantée, Chloé.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Allez, bonjour, Chloé. Enchantée.
Bonjour.
Aileen. Bonjour. Bonjour. Enchantée, Chloé. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Jean-Philippe.
Bonjour, Karine.
I will read the instruction of the case and then let the judge present themselves one by one. You have 15 minutes to present your solution to the judge. Time elapsed from the moment a member of the team starts the presentation. I will show you the remaining time with a card showing you that there is 5 minutes left for presentation, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and for the last 10 seconds, I will point out my finger. If a member of the team continues to speak after the countdown, the last 10 seconds, points will be removed. The jury will then have a 5 minutes period for questions to clarify certain elements of your presentation. Note that during this period of questions, if a team member is talking when the time is completely over, this member will be allowed to finish his answer. Judge can now present themselves.
Hi, Daniel Lapan, Director of Food Service.
Hi, Émilie Gagné, Marketing Project Manager.
Hi, Jean-Philippe Fonton, Category Manager for Food Service.
Hi, Karine Grandmont, Marketing Manager pour Couche-Tard.
Hi, Faculté Contreras, I'm teaching at University of
Aileen, si je te dis manger frais, à quoi tu penses?
oui.
Évidemment. Comment est-ce qu'on fait pour changer la perception dans la tête du consommateur? C'est exactement ce qu'on veut faire, mon équipe Aileen, Louisa et moi-même Chloé, pour vous, chers membres de Couche-Tard, aujourd'hui. Le reste de la présentation se fera en anglais, mais on vous invite à poser les questions dans la langue de votre choix. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you more me time for Couche-Tard menu. So what do we want to do today? First, we want to really find out if fresh foods is the right product for Couche-Tard to go into. Following that, we want to assess the target of females 18 to 35. And finally, we want to come up with the best marketing mix strategy to make sure that we appeal to that target, that we convince them to purchase our product, and to see how we can integrate that into the whole Couche-Tard strategy. Basically, in terms of brand positioning, we want to bring Couche-Tard, which is already seen as very highly convenient by consumers. However, that's kind of linked to the perception of stale foods. We want to bring it up there. Highly convenient still, but that can still offer freshly prepared foods. So this is the agenda for today. Pretty straightforward. We won't go through it individually. And the opportunity to seize for Couche-Tard. Through implementing the Me Time solution, Couche-Tard will be able to showcase their fresh menu products, attracting women 18 to 35 in a very targeted manner, which is quite important. And through a comprehensive ad campaign and an overall marketing strategy, we expect consumers to reach 10,000 new consumers with an ROI of 64%.
So first things first, we want to see if fresh foods is actually the right market to be targeting. As you can see here, we've looked up some of the recent trends and we believe that you're absolutely correct in going after this market. Consumers are looking for fresher food and we've seen this through a decline in the sales of processed food. Additionally, there are strong entrants into the convenience sector. You see Walmart Mini popping up, IGA Express, and all of these have full meals. And right now we see that there are higher margins on these complete meals, so it's good that you guys are looking in this direction. Now we want to see if females 18 through 35 are actually the correct target market for this new product. So a quick glance at this chart shows that indeed, women are more likely to care about getting fresh food than men are. And additionally, they're also battling changes in lifestyle right now. There are more female professionals in the workforce now, which means less time for them to do cooking at home. But more importantly, Couche-Tard menu is Couche-Tard's the best product currently for attracting the female segment compared to what we're currently selling. And now we want to see the age demographic between 18 to 35. Although we've categorized this as one age bracket, we've broken this down a bit and realized, hey, Actually, between 18 to 35, a woman can be playing many different roles in life. She might be a student. She might be a professional. She might even be a mother at this point. These are very different roles, and each role has very different wants and needs associated with it. However, across the board, we've identified one main thing that ties all the roles together. All three are tight on time. And luckily for us, this is what our key advantage is. Couche-Tard's advantage is all about time. In fact, our very name is about time. And luckily for us, freshness is also about time. Our products expire in 4 days, and so timeliness is key. Therefore, we believe that time is a key opportunity for us to leverage in all of our communications messages.
So speaking of communication messages, let's see where Couche-Tard can really differentiate itself from its competitors. We've identified 5 core competencies that is a possible point of differentiation. Now, looking at all 5 of them more in detail, we believe that audacity and speed of purchase are the key differentiators that Couche-Tard will always be able to have, and that competitors have a harder time to tap into in a way. Long hours, however, with many more competitors opening 24 hours nowadays, is an advantage that Couche-Tard is starting to lose. When it comes to freshness and one-stop shop, these are characteristics that are extremely valued by consumers. However, it's highly competitive. We can think of Subway for freshness, or nowadays grocery stores kind of offer pharmacy and fresh foods and a bunch of things at the same time. But what this Couche-Tard has that other people don't, it combines the two together. Moreover, when looking at those 5 differentiators, we notice that 4 out of them, again, have to do with time. And that's why we believe it's the key aspect that it's important to push in the consumer's mind to differentiate ourselves. One last thing to keep in mind, Couche-Tard is known for its audacious advertising. And while we believe that this is very valuable, we have to be careful with food. We cannot push the EU factor too far, especially with women, and as they get older, they might not relate to that as much.
Now I'm going to talk about how we're going to be bringing fresh foods to these females in the eastern Quebec between 18 to 35 years old. Meet Anne-Sophie. She is a 29-year-old tax accountant at Deloitte in Quebec City. She has a 3-year-old son that she loves very much with her husband Mark. After working 8 hours a day, she has to go home and make dinner for these 3 people. And then after dinner, she's completely tired, but she has to make lunch again. She needs a solution. She needs time. With that, we bring you our me time strategy. We're going to give people like Anne-Sophie the message that Couche-Tard Menu brings time for themselves. So first, we're going to tell and communicate that message for these people. Second, once they go into the store, we're going to give them a value proposition by adding features towards Couche-Tard Menu. And lastly, we're going to grow and expand this message across different segments. So first, for telling, we've identified 3 different subsegments, as we've seen through Louisa's analysis. First, let's take the student between 18 to 24 years old. We're going to communicate to her through a very targeted channel. She's going to receive this message. Can't even be bothered to make it to class on time? Couche-Tard Menu. You won't notice a difference. More me time. As you can see from the printed ads right there. Now second, for the professional, we'll send her the message, boyfriend bugging you to make him a sandwich? Please. It ain't 1952. Couche-Tard Menu. He won't notice a difference. More me time. And lastly, for the mother, 18 years till freedom. Couche-Tard Menu. They won't notice a difference. More me time. On the other hand, we also have a mascot. We'll be introducing Monsieur Minute. He has a green cape, which denotes the fresh colors that are not prevalent with the rest of Couche-Tard's promotion so far. He's also a superhero. But what does he save? He saves time. And he's going to be integrated across all communication mediums. So let's take the mascot and these targeted messages together for this communication medium. As you can see, we have this example of a print advertisement targeted to a 22 to 30-year-old. Boyfriend bugging you to make him a sandwich? Please, it ain't 1952. And that is the audacious message that we will be sending to professionals between 22 to 30 years old that is consistent with the rest of Couche-Tard's audacious marketing messages. On top of that, we also have these messages of freshness. It's homemade. You won't know the difference. It's like you made it in your own kitchen. And also the message of time that we will be sending throughout our entire campaign. we'll be targeting these messages through extremely targeted channels, so bathroom and digital ads, solely to females and solely to their age brackets in these different locations. Now, on the other hand, this is a new product. People have this perception that you can't get fresh food at dépanneurs, so product trial is extremely key in this instance. You currently do in-store taste tests, but we believe that since women don't currently go to Couche-Tard, you have to go to where they are. You have to go to where they're hungry. This is where Mr. Minute also comes in. He'll be dressed and he'll be going to these locations where our target market will be extremely hungry. So for example, at l'Université Laval, during final seasons, dinner time, or at offices right before lunchtime. But how will this be implemented? Imagine a quiet room. Everyone's working, everyone's hungry, it's about to be lunchtime, and then suddenly, Monsieur Minute walks through the door. He has fresh sandwiches for every single person. He gives one to everyone, he saves the day, and for that lunch hour, you get to spend some time for yourself. Now, what makes this PR campaign so special? We have stickers on these sandwiches, and they'll have targeted messages. So for example, with the time you saved not making lunch, you can make a day cocktail, reward yourself with some shopping, negotiate a pay raise, take a selfie. And these ones are extremely targeted to the different subsegments we're receiving. So these are an amalgamation of all the messages we put, but the stickers you see will be targeted towards one subsegment to see if you can guess if it's professional, student, or mother. So for example, this is how we'll be displaying it on top of the sandwiches. Because this is such a powerful and surprising and unexpected campaign, we really believe that this has potential to create word of mouth and virality.
Great, so now that you know what we want to do with your products, how are we actually going to push them into this new market? First off, there are many different choices of sandwich that a woman could take when she walks into your stores. However, we recognize that because they're playing very different roles in life, they might have different wants and needs to go and match with these sandwiches. And so we've created several bundles here. They can choose sweet or savory sides to go along with their sandwiches, as well as different drinks for another $2.95. Additionally, we'd like to leverage the Couche-Tard app. So currently, we have time-sensitive coupons that are being offered for all of our other products in Couche-Tard, except for Couche-Tard menu. And so we believe that by putting Couche-Tard menu into this app, this will be a great way for us to conduct inventory management. Inventory management is key for Couche-Tard menu because our products expire in 4 days. So it is absolutely vital that we push these out to the consumers before they expire. And we believe that this application will be just the perfect thing to do that with.
Now, you're probably thinking this is wonderful, but where does it fit with Couche-Tard's overall strategy? Well, this is where we can explain to you that it's very easy to take what we've just told you and expand it across segments. Our message, indeed, is very transferable. What's key here is to take the same message and target it to different segments by always keeping the message of time and audacity. So for example, we could use working men. And as we assess the campaign and see what consumers' reaction are like, we can even come back with paired ads. For example, remember the boyfriend bugging her to make him a sandwich? Well, meet its alter ego. Girlfriend won't make you a sandwich because it ain't 1952? You won't notice the difference. More man time. With a man that's struggling in a kitchen that's chaotic because he's not able to make himself a sandwich because the girlfriend won't want to make one for him. So as you see, it's very easy to transfer the same message across segments. Now, when we think long terms, we also have to think, where does our partnerships right now come into account? So right now, Couche-Tard operates franchises such as Subway in their stores. Now, what we think that it might be a problem in the longer term is that it creates cannibalization of sales and also has lower margins. So what we see that could be doable in the future is something like a Couche-Tard menu sit-down areas instead of those franchises. And what's great about that is that it will also help strengthen the image of freshness in the consumer's mind as he or she will be able to see the product made right in front of their eyes. Now, where is your budget best spent in that strategy? we've allocated across different categories, some of which being print ads in bathroom, the PR campaign, the coupons, the bundling, as well as the digital ads, for a total of 85,000. But what does that mean in terms of revenue? We believe that Couche-Tard will be able to attract approximately 10,000 consumers, extra consumers that will come and purchase something after our strategy. This means that if we take the approximation that they come twice a month and buy one sandwich at a time, it means profit of $130,000 for Couche-Tard with a return on investment of 64% for the first year. However, it doesn't stop there. As the consumers come into the store, they will start getting along with the brand and they will start telling other people, so word of mouth. And then as they start trusting the brand, they will start coming more often. And as they come more often, they will start buying other products within Couche-Tard. So there's really 3 areas of growth within number of customers, basket size, as well as repeat purchases, which can lead to a great profitability for Couche-Tard.
Now we're going to look at how this is all going to come together. In year 1, we're going to create the bundles that we're going to be selling. And then for the first half a year, we're going to be putting print ads in all of the bathroom stalls. Experiential marketing, when Monsieur Minute is going to appear with sandwiches, is going to happen first in April, when students are in the middle of exam season. Then once every other month, he'll go to offices and malls and other such places to pass out these sandwiches. We're going to create buzz around that with social media and menu app coupons. Long term, we're going to be assessing our goal our first year. Our food partnerships will definitely continue for at least 2 years, and then reevaluate after that. And in the future, we can target men and perhaps even teenagers.
So lastly, I'll conclude with 3 key takeaways. 1, we want to highlight our strength in time because it encapsulates everything that Couche-Tard is good in. 2nd, we're attracting women between 18 to 35. And lastly, an ROI of 64 in our first year.
The presentation is done.
Thank you.
Vous avez choisi, faites présentation, vous avez choisi de targeter la femme. Le retour n'est pas plus simple au niveau des hommes, puisque c'est des hommes qui fréquentent nos commerces?
Yes, so what you're asking us is that we decided to target women. Isn't it easier to target men because they're the ones who come to our store right now?
It's true that men are currently your main clientele. However, we believe that with this new product, currently you make most of your revenue off of, for example, beer sales and lottery tickets and stuff like that. This doesn't bring women into your store. And so you're missing almost 50% of Canada. So we believe that this is actually the perfect product to use and bring those women into your doors for things that my colleague mentioned, larger basket size purchases and repeat purchases and more customers.
Did you think we have the right product for the women actually in our store?
Just based on the current trends, I think so. Especially also because you're also having things like milk and eggs and other grocery items there. Women are most likely to come in and see those things and also buy those things instead of men. So.
You will give samples at the university, and this will reach men and women. So your target is to reach women. So what do you think about it?
Yes, of course. So what we want to do with the PR campaign is create a buzz around the product, create word of mouth, virality, and get the product to people so that they can try it when they're the most hungry. Obviously, men and women are going to be in libraries or in offices, and that's great because they might also come to Couche-Tard and buy the product. However, we still think that it's a key place to go because there will be women there, 50% approximately. They will be hungry, they won't expect it, and then people will put it on Facebook. They will they will film it with their phones and put them up on YouTube. So it will create a word of mouth and a virality that will allow to reach women and men at the same time. But the rest of our campaign being targeted mainly to women, bathroom stalls, digital ads, print ads that really target to women, make that the overall strategy really is targeted to bringing women into the store.
J'aime plusieurs de vos idées, mais je comprends pas la mascotte. Parce que les femmes 18-35, qu'est-ce que vous voulez exactement faire avec la mascotte?
Oui, donc
Sauf
encore.
si c'est Georges Clooney.
Oui, encore une fois, ce qu'on veut faire avec la mascotte, c'est amener cet élément de surprise-là, quelque chose que les gens ne vont pas s'attendre. Puis, comme on a dit un peu, c'est l'idée d'un super-héros, ils arrivent puis il va te sauver du temps. Donc, c'est ça qui va permettre, c'est sûr que les autres, encore une fois, les publicités écrites vont être vraiment spécifiquement pour certains groupes d'âge, mais la mascotte amène cet élément de surprise qui va faire « Ah, c'est quoi ça? Couche-Tard ». Cet élément qui est audacieux, dans le fond, qui revient à l'image même de Couche-Tard.
Les femmes préfèrent les super-héros ou c'est...
Ben, on peut penser que c'est un peu l'idée de la petite princesse qui veut être sauvée par son super-héros, mais encore une fois, c'est vraiment l'idée de créer cet élément-là de surprise. Les gens s'y attendent pas, ça va créer un buzz, ça va créer un événement que les gens vont vouloir parler.
Vous avez proposé qu'on couple avec certains produits. Vous avez proposé entre autres de coupler avec les produits Starbucks. Pourquoi vous ne couplez pas avec nos produits et notre café Annie?
Oui, en fait, ben, c'est Subway, par exemple, qu'on dit que vous devriez, avec le temps, enlever ce type de partenaire-là, tout simplement parce que c'est un compétiteur direct à votre produit, des sandwichs fraîchement préparés, et on pense que ça permet de...
C'est pas ça que
Est-ce que c'est ça?
C'est ça, dans les... Non, c'est pas dans les trucs. Vous avez présenté quelque chose, puis c'est couplé avec... Ah, c'est là que j'ai vu ça. Dans l'application, là, vous donnez des rafraîchissements Starbucks en 2 bras.
Oh non, c'est...
Couplé avec Starbucks au lieu de couplé avec...
C'est pas
Ça,
possible.
c'est ce qui est
C'est ce qu'on a
présentement.
déjà.
Ah, ça, c'est ce que vous avez
Oui,
présenté.
exactement. Ça, c'est ce qui existe déjà, puis ce qu'on veut amener, c'est les produits Couche-Tard.
OK, donc ça, c'est pas relié à ça.
La période de questions est maintenant terminée.
Merci.
Merci.